What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I wanted to talk about OCGN really quick. It's not going to be anything that's crazy long. I wanted to give you my in-depth feeling of all of these positions, and hopefully you can get some value out of this, because what I notice is that a lot of people ask me about different positions that are out there and different positions that move. So I want to give you a quick analysis, a quick understanding of what's going on based on the chart. And then also you obviously understand that the market is kind of, on a downward trend really. So before we get started, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for a lot more videos like this one. And make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Now look at this. You can see OCGN increasing a substantial amount. Going in the pre-market, going from basically that $9 mark all the way up to $14 to where it completely sold off. And I understand why, down to $11 to where it did increase and open up at that $12 mark. Now that's still huge. It's still a huge increase. Now I expected this to fall off a little bit more, but I guess with a lot of the buying power, it made sense that it would increase. So as I was looking at this, it was making a pretty good run back up to the $14 mark. Now you know that it does resist at that $14 mark, and it's not going to be something to where you can physically buy in at $13 or $13.50 and expect a huge gain. You're going to expect like $1.50 gain. But you can see that it did have that W formation to where it didn't actually take the form of that W form, because you expect it to continue to grow after you see that W formation. But you've seen that downward trend as you've seen with all of the other stocks, because this was a bad time to get invested at that $13 mark or $14 mark or $12 mark. It did drop down to about $10. I believe it dropped down lower than that. The low of the day was $10.40. But you can see that it did still increase over the last close. So if you're still holding it, it's still an increase. It's still an 8% increase or 9% increase to where it is making a little bit of a move in the after hours market. So it can still be a buy. The problem is that it is still at one of the highs. I understand that $14 is now the high, but it may have been really pushed at that point. So we can see that a lot of the buy orders, we still have buy and sell orders. We have a lot of buy orders, less sell orders. So a lot of people are really interested in this. We had a ton of volume. The volume was 180 million shares of OCGN versus the average of 88 million. So we've seen a lot of volume go into this, and obviously it was buy volume because we were really pushing it as the day went on. But this definitely looks like something you can get into, that you can see some gains with, some increases with, and you could see that we're starting to creep up to that 200 EMA, even though the EMA is kind of chasing the stock price. That's never a good sign. But you are seeing that slow crossover, right? It's starting to consolidate a little bit, and maybe you'll see that crossover to where it does increase in the after hours market, or in the pre-market you'll see some sort of increase as well. But there's a lot of volume here. Definitely keep an eye out on this. With the amount of volume that it does have, it creates a lot of attraction for the next day. So definitely keep an eye out, right? But it doesn't mean that you have to buy into it, because it could be at a very high price and you might see a sell-off tomorrow morning. So do not physically buy into it based on this suggestion, because I'm going to be telling you about this literally after it probably opens. I really only have a limited time to post videos in the morning. So I have to post all of these in the morning before or while the market is actually open, and hopefully you get something from it. But this is the only time I can record, so it means I have to post later, or I have to post tomorrow really. So let me know what you think about OCGN. That was one of the rare positive moves that we've seen during the day, but it was a positive move. And the reason why it was positive is because it started out so high. If it started out lower, it wouldn't have been positive, because the overall market was down and it wasn't a pretty sight. So let me know what you think about OCGN. Do you believe that it could be a buy at $10.46, or do you want to see more of a dip? Because this is a huge dip, but we probably are going to need to see a little bit more of a dip, because it was still an increase over, the last day or so, a 9% increase at that. So make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure that you check out some of the links down below for Webull, for credit cards. If you want your free stocks with Webull, click the link, sign up, deposit $100, and you'll be good. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.